And I sometimes like this place too. It is a bit of a boxing ring. There's not a lot of space down there. There's nowhere to hide. Jimmy Meadows gets us underway. BBC Radio York following the York Knights on the road at Odsal. And Jack Martin, tasked with that first carry, gets the Knights to just outside the 10. Ball shipped into him by Tawamata Afa. Here's Geordie Thompson. Almost speechless at the end of the game last week, Geordie Thompson. He was so full of emotion. Atingano, ball onto Jesse D. Jesse D rolling through the tackle. Another message from his mum today, Debbie. She said, the weather looks nice down there, Andy. I said, yeah, it's not the Suncorp Stadium, though. Just thought I'd borrow Jack Martin's words. Tawamata Afa in the 36 shirt, gets the Knights up to halfway, runs the ball in like a forward at times. It is on the last. I think we've had a change of referee as well. That looks like Scott Michalauskas down there to me, is it? Or not? No, it is James Vella. I can tell by that run of his. Kick through, caught by Bradford just outside the 10. Decent first set by the Knights, solid, Miles.
Yeah, it's what you want from the first set. Got to the halfway line, Liam's put up a good kick. Now we need to back it up with a solid defensive set. Force them to kick from a tough position.
Yeah, Bradford in possession. Knights trying to do the restricting job high up the field. What you like at recognising referees, it is Scott Michalauskas, isn't it, Miles?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So it was down as James Vella, the Australian, not here, and then Logan Bayliss, the big Aussie Scottish international, makes ground, gets Bradford over halfway. He's tall, rangy, he's powerful. It's on the last. Little Mitch Suter was going to pick that ball up. James Meadows picked his pockets and took it. Hanging ball into Joe Brown. Manoeuvres underneath it, takes it well, 15 from his own line, gets to about 21 out from the Knights line. Liam Harris to Kieran Buchanan, and a former Batley player in the 3 shirt, gets the Knights onto the 30. And a carry for Scott Galliano, the former Sunshine Coast Falcon. Keeps clouding over, but bright and sunny out there in the middle at the moment as Tawamata Afa just ranges along the line, brought down on the whitewash of the halfway line. They go short side, McShane, ball into Connor Bailey, good ground made there. Nice little hook up and on the last. Kick to come from Liam Harris. Will he steeple this one? He does, under pressure. Sensible challenge. And a good take from Jaden Okumbo. Again on his 10. John Lilly, Wacker Blake. Ball into Jimmy Meadows. Just promoting that ball along the line through 2 or 3 pairs of hands. Just both teams feeling the way into the game, Miles Harrison.
Yeah, it's one of them games where it's kind of just back and forth until somebody cracks.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's them first.
Conrad Hurrell with the carry. Taking an inordinate amount of effort to get him to ground, and the Knights still haven't managed it. He dragged in about 3 players there. Bradford fans not happy. They thought they should have had a repeat set. Jordan Lilly this time thumps the ball up in the air towards Tawamata Afa, who struggled a little bit under the high ball in that early doors in that 1895 Cup semi-final, and Bradford are going to test him today for sure. Mata Afa into Galliano again. Fabulous for both Mata Afa and Galliano, not been with the Knights very long to pick up silverware and experience Wembley with a winning side. Paul McShane just short of halfway here. The Knights, they go to Jack Martin. Jack Martin just about gets the Knights onto the Bradford 40. McShane goes short side again. Harris and Kieran Buchanan finds a little gap down there. Still going. Big chance here. Great tackle. Great try saving tackle. I think it was Jimmy Meadows on possibly Connor Bailey. Liam Harris, ball coming left side. Little cutout pass. Whether there was an obstruction. Galliano's going to go in the corner. And the Knights have scored. I just wondered whether there was a little obstruction in back play. The Knights player didn't seem to run through the line. Miles Harrison will clear all that up in a minute, but it is Scott Galliano who's got the first try. That break by Kieran Buchanan on the right side. Great tackle by Jimmy Meadows on Connor Bailey to stop the Knights out there, but they simply just recycle the ball onto the left side, put it through hands. Little hesitation in the pass from Attingano, and there was room for Scott Galliano to get in at the corner, and we've had just about 5 minutes, Miles.
Yeah, no, it was a really, really nice work try. We spoke a lot recently about the right times to pull the triggers. I think Liam and Atta, the full spine, have combined really well there and picked the perfect times to do so. Starting Liam took that short side, nice cut-out ball to Kieran Buchanan. And in fairness to Jimmy Meadows, he's done really well to defend it and keep him out. But then Bradford were on the back foot. We shipped it out wide left, and a great bit of play. I didn't actually see the obstruction, but it did seem a bit kind of stop-starty, their defensive line. So, but yeah, good execution, and Scott gets over in the corner for another try.
Yeah, it was just something I saw in the corner of my eyes. That ball was promoted left by the Knights, but referee Scott Michalauskas obviously didn't think there was a problem. Liam Harrison going to get a great run up at this ball, is it? It's right on the whitewash, and those concrete
3 steps.
barriers that are the perimeter of the stock car racing track are quite close. Anyway, here goes Liam Harris off the left touchline. He's 23 metres out. Right side for a right-footed kicker. Looks as though it's got a chance, and it's through. Lovely kick from Liam Harris. The Knights lead 6-0 early doors. Got a good strike on that one. And it is Bradford Bulls to restart, but just the right start for the Knights, Miles.
Yeah, we've just chipped away at it a bit and picked the perfect time to pull the trigger, like I said, and really good execution from all involved there.
Yeah, that initial incursion down the right side, Kieran Buchanan, player that flies under the radar of a lot of fans, but
yeah, absolutely,
so solid, isn't he?
He made 47 tackles last week.
Yeah, a lot of fans, they don't pick up on those defensive capabilities. 47 tackles in a cup final.
Yeah.
Connor Fitzsimmons, that scuttering run. Great to see the Buffalo back out there for the Knights. McShane directing operations, has to drag that one from Bethethi's feet. Bradford Bulls fans thought it was a knock-on. And the Knights once more just giving that ball a bit of air. It's Buchanan the recipient on the end of things. And the Knights are back in the Bulls half of the field. Little dummy run from Kieran Hudson. It wasn't Kieran Hudson, it was, he's not out there yet, it was Connor Bailey. Harris lofts the kick towards Meadows, who takes it in, gets 1 foot behind the try line, and so gets the 20-metre restart. Just a little bit too much on that kick by Liam Harris, Miles.
Yeah, I think there's actually a bit of a wind going from where we're sat right to left, so yeah, just get in the gauge of that wind right, I think.
Yeah, just looking round it, there is a breeze that seems to be blowing down the main stand here from our right. Zach Fulton, strong carry, and then Mitch Suter, the scooter as he's known here at Bradford, and that's a handy little scoot that takes Bradford into the Knights 20, just to the left of the sticks. Ball coming right through Jordan Lilly. And then the Bradford player held. Ball comes out, penalty, knocked out by Connor Fitzsimmons, I think. So Bradford with an opportunity. Penalty on the 10, reefed out, indicated by referee Michalauskas. And John Lilly with the ball in his hands, taps, goes to Bruno. Michael Lawrence, stopped 3 metres out to the left of the post. Suter tries to just go under from the play the ball, but the Knights are alive to that. And then tries to play the ball.
Yes.
And he's knocked on, lost the ball. He was looking for another penalty, Miles, and didn't keep control of the ball, did he?
No, I think he was looking for that quick play the ball, wasn't he? But it definitely wasn't his right to play that ball. We still had hands on him, yeah.
Well, when you go for the quick, the quick little tap on the opponent's line, you've got to do it quickly, and it seemed quite laboured, and the Knights' try-line defence was alive to it, and then tried to do the same thing again, and just made a horrible mess of it.
Yeah,
so Knights ball on the 10. Sorry, Miles.
It's always a bit of a gamble going for that quick play the ball
yep.
on the opposition's goal line.
Yeah, it's all about execution, isn't it? Sometimes anxiety gets in the way of that.
Yeah, absolutely, especially early doors in a game like this.
6-0 to the Knights. Miles Harrison with me in the summariser's seat. 10 minutes elapsed here at Odsal. Fourth playing second, or second playing fourth, whichever way you want to think about it. Jody Thompson working hard in the centre of the field for the York Knights as they move back towards halfway. Bradford in their familiar white kit with the amber, black and red hoops. Ingano keeps the ball alive, gets to his half-back partner, Harris into Martin. Little change of emphasis, switch from the left to more central, and Jack Martin's brought down on the 40. Michael Lawrence with the tackle. They go to Harris, once more lofts the ball. James Meadows comes forward, takes it well, the former London Bronco. Also had a spell at Batley, James Meadows. Guy Armitage moves the ball on into Waka Blake, the one-time St Helens player. And Jaden Okunbor. He tries to keep the ball alive. Touched by a Knights player. Paul McShane tidies things up. And then Liam Harris threw the pass to nobody. And there we talk about those little anxious moments. Will the Knights retain possession? Will he give the yep? So nothing lost by that expansive play by Liam Harrison. Probably he knew that the Knights would get the ball back, Miles.
Yeah, I think he's done the right thing there, played the advantage. Chanced his arm at a long ball, but to nobody.
Yeah, Joe Brown was there, but not really in the same vicinity, in the same postcode.
Good opportunity now, though.
Yep, certainly got possession, 30 out. Hingano, little reverse pass into Galliano on the angled run back towards the post. Stopped by the tackler Sam Hallis. Knights within 10. Adjacent to that right-hand post. Paul McShane looks left, looks right. Scuttles along the line to Harris. Ball going right. Ball hit Connor Bailey in the face. A little misunderstanding there. The gearbox not quite clicking into place. And Bradford fans rather animated alongside me, complaining that the Knights were not onside, and referee Mikalauskas should have held things up. You see the dust come up in the centre spot there when the players went there in danger of being choked to death in the dust there, Miles. So Bradford in possession. Joe Keys looked as though he might have been hit late there. Joe Keys got a right rib tickler from somebody, and he did get it late, and Scott Mikalauskas has pulled it up. I wasn't sure who hit him, but Joe Keys certainly knows he's been belted there. He's speaking to Paul McShane. I didn't know whether it was Paul McShane that rattled him, but hello, Joe Keys. Welcome to the game. Oh dear. 14 minutes gone, the Knights lead 6-0, and at the moment the Bradford half-back is just it's a bit like a piano player at the moment, just running his fingers up and down his ribs and trying to make sure they're all still in place. But it will be a Bradford penalty that ensues from this, that will be just inside the Knights' 40. Conversation going on between the touch judge and Jaden Okunbor down there. Joe Keys back on his feet. Good to see. It's a player that's been troubled by injury throughout his career, Joe Keys. Scott Michalauskas. Does he want another word with Paul McShane? No, thought he did initially. Jordan Lilly fires that ball, which clears the head of the ball boy over there on the stock car track. But big chance here for Bradford. Conrad Hurrell. And referee not happy that everybody's back. That was pointed out to him by Conrad Hurrell, actually. And then Michael Lawrence just probes at that Knights try-line defence as it advances. 4 metres out, Suter. Ball shipped on by Joe Keys, and then Zach Fulton, who runs some excellent lines, angle lines does Zach Fulton, comes back against the grain, but he's pulled down adjacent to the right-hand post. Suter, right side to Lilly. They go back again. In the former Logan Bayliss, just tries to batter his way through. Went over the top of Connor Fitzsimmons. Knights ping for offside, another penalty. And at the moment, the Knights doing it tough, Miles.
Yeah, we're not making it easy for ourselves, but at the minute, touch wood, we're showing some resilience in defence. Hopefully we can keep them out.
Lilly back to the 10, taps, goes to Lawrence again. He'll repeat the dose, just won't look for anybody else, just set the position just outside the right-hand post, 3 metres out, Suter to Keys, ball going left, Lilly, short ball. Bradford player trying to roll through the tackle, good tackle from Connor Bailey that stops him. I think it was Matty G, ball coming back to the right. Sam Hallis tries to just duck under the Knights tacklers in the 10, can't do so. Suter goes short side, Keys, little drop off ball. Chance here for Bradford, but again just held short. Suter sweeps the ball onto the left side. Keys with the kick through, kicked dead by Toa Matafa. Alert there, the Knights full back, but the Knights once more under pressure, Miles, and Bradford twisting the screw here off the back of those penalties.
Yeah, it was a good play from Bradford. They saw that our right edge get up high, which we kind of had to. We were short a number, it seemed, but Toa's done a great job to wrap round there and get that ball dead.
So Liam Harris to drop out from under the post. The Knights still lead 6-0. You're listening to BBC Radio York. Okay. 17 minutes gone on the clock. Or possibly a little bit more than that. No, 17 it is. Joe Keys directing operations for the Bradford attack. Oh, and then one of the Bradford players runs into a bell ringer from Jesse D. Stopped absolutely dead. It was Sam Hallis and then Logan Bayliss with the carry, former South Logan Magpie. Suter to Keys. Keys keeps the ball going left through Lilly. And the Knights defence just about holds good over there on the right side. Connor Bailey, Liam Harris involved. This Knights defence trying to keep Bradford out. Logan Bayliss again is brought down, 5 out. In front of the sticks on the last. Can the Knights hold up? Here's Suter. Suter with the drop-off ball. And Sam Hallis tries to batter his way through and he's swung to the ground. Great defence and a carry on from Wembley last week by the Knights. Watertight in defence. And it is the handover. Bradford unable to find a way through. That'd be frustrating for Brian Noble sat in the stand that Bradford couldn't unlock the door there, Miles. Yeah,
no, it was a great opportunity for him, but like you say, watertight defence, show some great resilience there to defend maybe 3 sets back to back, I think.
Yep.
On our
Sam Cook now out there for the Knights.
Yes.
And Sam Cook gets the penalty, and that was Bradford caught offside. That was great work because he was so quick out to play the ball there, Sam Cook, and he's good at that, Miles.
Yeah, I think, has he come on for, has Paul McShane gone off?
It looks like it. I can't see Macca out there, so yeah, it looks like Cook for McShane, then Liam Harris from the penalty.
That's exactly what we want from Cookie coming on, injecting that bit of pace there.
Yeah, certainly so. 20 minutes in, ball lands on the red shale of the stock car track. Knights in possession inside the 30. Brendan Santee also out there for the Knights. Cook goes to Ngannou on the left side. Ngannou, little hitch kick, keeps going. Just about wanders out of the tackler, Zach Fulton, and then Fulton gets him a second time. And I think he's felt that as Atingano gets up very, very slowly. Cook into Geordie Thompson, centre field, and Geordie Thompson cut down 13 out. Sam Cook looks round, the former Albi player, one-handed pick-up, goes to Jack Martin on the little run into the space that was vacated by Sam Cook. The Knights are within 5. They lead 6-0. That try from Scott Galliano, converted by Harris. Harris on the right side of the attack, cuts out past Joe Brown! Yes. In the corner, but he's in touch. And that one's going to be wiped out. Joe Brown with a foot in touch when he received that ball on 20 minutes. Harris's cut-out pass to Joe Brown is the try in the right corner, wiped off by the officials. Touch judge with his flag aloft. Bradford back in possession. Conrad Hurrell trying to make ground. The Tongan international player. Then Mitch Suter goes out to play the ball. Good work by the Scooter. 10 in from the far touchline. It looks as though he's taken a bang to the head. Physio's there immediately. Almost executed that one for Joe Brown, Miles.
Yeah, it's become a bit of a staple, that Liam Harris over the top to Joe Brown this season, but yep. Yeah, he must have just had a stunning touch as he's gone to jump for that line, yeah. But no, it's good signs. Obviously one try up and not far off a second.
Yeah, 20 minutes exactly gone, halfway through the first half here at Oddsall. You're listening to BBC Radio York, myself and Miles Harrison in the chair today. The Knights 1 week on from Wembley. 4th in the championship table. Jimmy Meadows at the play the ball. Goes to Joe Keys under pressure from Sam Cook, gets the kick away. Bounces, and bounces dead. So 20-metre restart. Toa Matafa catches the ball, slips to the ground. A little cheer from the Bulls fans, and then he's got the carry. The powerful Samoan fullback. Scott Galliano, hungry for work, bringing the ball out of defence again, just carting that ball up, taking the pressure off the forwards. Sam Cook and Joe Brown. That ball just delivered a little bit further out in front of him than Joe Brown would have liked, but he reeled it in. And then Jack Martin looking for the offload onto the Bradford 40. Sam Cook at Ingano, set off at pace and then put the brakes on. Elusive player. And the Tongan eventually thrown to the ground. 10 in from the near touchline. Holyfield to Liam Harris. Hesitation between him and Brendan Santi, and frustration as well, as Liam Harris just vents that frustration in the direction of Brendan Santi, who either wasn't expecting it or wasn't prepared there, Miles.
Yeah, it just looked like a bit of a breakdown in communication there. Simple error, let a bit of pressure off there, and now we've got to face the consequence and defend a Bradford set.
Yep, Conrad Hurrell with the tap on halfway. 4 Knights players in at the tackle. Geordie Thompson was the one around Hurrell's ankles. Michael Lawrence again. Jamaican international, such a good servant to the game, Michael Lawrence. Lilly. Good ball on the short side, and I think it's possibly Tom Holmes that's arrived in the game. And then Eben Skur in the 10 shirt. Jordan Lilly, Bradford on the 10, Keys, and that angled run back towards the post from Zach Fulton. Nice defence, holds up, couple of metres out. Keys with a kick to the corner. Scott Galliano takes the ball infield, back to the 20. If he gets the tap quick here, he's going to make some ground. Is Scott Galliano, because Bradford, there are 4, 5, 6 Bradford players who were caught out by that one, having to try and get back into the defensive line. they've managed to do so. But good work by Scott Galliano, Miles.
Yeah, great work by Scott. Being really alert. As soon as he caught that, he knew he was getting a 20-metre tap set off. Made 20 metres after the tap. So yeah, he's put us in good position here.
Jack Martin off, Kieran Hudson on for the Knights. Centre field, Galliano again working hard for his side, and here's Kieran Hudson's first carry. Ball lost. Kieran Hudson thought the ball had been ripped out. Makes that point to referee Mikolauskas. Guy Armitage, the former London Broncos player, played for Toulouse last season. Started his career in rugby union down in London. And Bradford promoting that ball down the line. Tom Holmes ships the ball onto Jaden Okumbo, but he's heading for the touch line. And he's in touch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Knights players that got him there. Ollie Field, Scott Galliano, Sam Cook, Brendan Santee, and Ata Hingano. Tenacious tackling, and Okumbo with nowhere to go. Trying to work out who Tom Holmes has come onto the field for, the replacement back.
I think it's Mitch Suter, and I think they've had a little shuffle.
Yeah, possibly Jordan Lilly gone to hooker, Jimmy Meadows to half, and Tom Holmes to fullback.
Yeah.
We've got it. It's like Cluedo, isn't it? You weigh it all up eventually, Miles.
Yeah. Surprised they've still got keys on. I think he's still feeling that rib shot, to be honest.
Yeah, Colonel Mustard in the library. If you're a fan of Cluedo. People sat at home saying, what the hell's Andy talking about now? And I think the Knights have made a mistake. Little knock on. Oh no, penalty. Changed his mind and said that Bradford had a foot in there in the form of Matty G. Referee Michael Lawrence goes for the captain's challenge, and Scott Mikolauskas will inform him that that doesn't happen in the championship. Well, one or two people to say hello to. Vicky's listening at home. Husband John's at the game. Carol Norris is in Corfu. I don't know whether Knocker's with her, but she is in Corfu. Sue Miller can't get to the game. She's got a hamstring injury. So that's what happens when you play on the wing and you set off at pace, Sue Miller. And of course it's Father's Day, so all the dads who are listening in today, hope you're having a good day. And then Atingano flings a pass straight into the possession of Jordan Lilly, and that was a bit scruffy from Atingano. Bradford back in possession, albeit deep in their own half, as Wackerbeek puts the ball up into contact. It's still 6-0. It's still that Scott Galliano try that separates the two sides. Conrad Hurrell trying to bustle his way through, and once more can't really go without his legs. Bradford Bull fans once more getting animated. They get themselves in an awful lather down in front of us here. But the referee in, and then Evans Kerr tries to bust past Sam Cook and Liam Harris, but they hold him really well. On the last for Bradford, Tom Holmes just puts boot to ball, but the Knights are absolutely alive to it. I think it was Kieran Buchanan. What's the referee giving now? I think he's... Come on, Miles, call that one for me. Was it a knock-on by the Knights player?
I didn't say anything wrong there, but I think he might have, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little kick through by Tom Holmes, a grubber kick, chased after his own grubber kick, and I think it was Kieran Buchanan who scraped the ball up, but I think the referee and touch judge have determined that there was a knock-on. So it's going to be Bradford ball on the 10. Once more, the Bulls able to exert some pressure. We've had clocks behind the post, 28 minutes. BBC Radio York Rugby League on a Sunday afternoon. Enthralling rugby league action down here at Bradford. Jimmy Meadows, who switched to half-back, just testing the left side of the Knights' defence. They're within the 10 again. Bruno Lawrence once more. Tries to batter the front door down, can't do so. Held by Knights defenders. Brendan Santee in there. They sweep the ball out to the left side this time. Short ball into Hurrell. Hurrell held. Not really up to pace, the player on loan from St Helens. Plays the ball, oh, horrible pass that slipped out of the Bradford players' fingers, but they've managed to pick it up off the turf and recycle it into Michael Lawrence. Jordan Lilly approaches the ball, 5 metres out. Goes left to Joe Keys. Keys with a short ball. Matty G tries to roll through the tackle, can't do so. Knights just about grab him close to the line. It's on the last again for Bradford. Can the Knights hold out? They go short side, they go to Okumbo, and Bradford have scored in the corner. It was a fabulous bit of work, and it was short side. I think it was Tom Holmes that delivered the pass, and it was actually Guy Armitage in the left corner who went in on a sixpence, and Bradford get the try that you'd have to say their efforts have deserved.
Yeah, fair play. It was a good try, and like you say, it almost has been coming. They've had about 6 or 7 sets down on our try line. It's just a shame it's got to that last play for him to finally break us. But I'm sure we'll have a regroup under the post, talk to correct them wrongs, and we'll come out better after this.
Yeah, excuse me. Tickly coughs back. Yeah, it was Guy Armitage, the former London Broncos player, in the left corner. And the ball was only about 5 metres in, but Tom Holmes decided there was an opportunity short side. I'm sure it was his pass that got Guy Armitage in for the try. So kick to come. Jordan Lilly looks as though he's tasked with the kicking duties rather than Joe Keys. And this one to tie us up at 6 apiece. Again, right side for a right-sided, right-footed kicker. There's Lilly. Again, good connection. Thumps off the left-hand post and goes wide. 6-4 to the York Knights. 10 to go to the break. Been an enthralling 30 minutes, Miles.
Yeah, it's been as expected through the middle. Like you'd expect on a pitch like this, it's not hard to make easy meters. One marker and a quick scoot, and you're making 20 meters, and all of a sudden you're halfway down the pitch. So we've shown some good resilience so far on our try line to keep turning up and defending.
Liam Harris with the restart kick taken on his chest by Jaden Okumbo. As one of the little stock carry things runs down the track in front of us with the Bradford Bulls flag. Ronan Michael meets his former teammates and didn't get too much change out of him there. It was Brendan Santi and Kieran Hudson that felled him, and then Zach Fulton working hard, the former Blacktown Workers player down in Oz. Wacker Blake moving Bradford back towards halfway. Bradford probably just about had the better of the exchanges. There's been nothing much in it. Good running by Eben Skur. Again, kick to come from James Meadows. Lofts that one off his right boot towards Toa Matafa. Doesn't take his eye off it. Then takes a real whack from Wacker Blake. And the Bradford Bulls fans are happy, but it didn't look pretty from here, Miles.
No, that didn't look great at all. I'm surprised so was set up already, but yeah, I mean, it was a great catch by Toa. He's done really well to hang on to it, in fairness.
Yeah.
He's just dropped down because he felt the pressure coming, and Blake's caught him a beauty.
It wasn't a challenge in the air. I mean, you know, Toa Matafa had taken the ball. It was just where the challenge was delivered that didn't look good.
No, it didn't look good at all.
Scott Miklauskas, referee, just explaining what he saw to Liam Harris at the moment, who was pretty incensed by the challenge.
I think he's just getting his teeth counted.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether he's going to have to go off for a head knock here, Miles.
Yeah, possibly.
And referee and touch judge now in conversation. We'll see whether touch judge is making his point, waving his arms about. Bradford fans as ever cooing and billing from the main stand. And Toa Mata'afa still getting some attention from the York Knights physio. 6 points to 4 to York Knights. Converted try from Scott Galliano against the unconverted try by Guy Armitage. Quickly the action in the other games over the weekend. Our community side, York Acorn, they suffered a pretty heavy defeat up at Wath-Brow in the National Conference Prem, 32-12, but a good win for Heworth on the road at Kells in Division 1. They won 28-10. 2 tries from debutant Mackenzie Skerr, who played against the Knights the other week for Hunslet. Maddox Jeffrey, Harley Axe, Fraser West all got tries. Couple of kicks for Jack Sadler and conversions also for George Elliott. Dan Clark, Harley Axe was man of the match. A good win for Scott Rhodes' side, who are in action at home next week against Wigan St Pat's. 2 o'clock kickoff, I think that one is. Ate Ngannou for the Knights as they try to move this ball up to halfway, but just a bit of a shift in this one, Miles. Bradford certainly looking the stronger of the 2 sides at the moment. Yeah, it seems we've got the wind in the sails at the minute. Yeah. Hopefully this set we can do something about it. Crowd spurring them on. Lateral run there from Ate Ngannou off of the ball, but eventually kept it up his jumper, took the tackle just inside the 40. Brendan Samtic, good jump out the line there by Ronan Michael to impede his progress, and then the hanging kick from Liam Harris. Contested but well taken by Guy Armitage, the try scorer. Got up best under pressure. It was Toa Mata'afa that was chasing it for the Knights, and then Conrad Hurrell. And if you're wondering what the Bradford fans are all up in arms about, they're just not happy about the 10 metres that Scott Michalauskas is operating out there. Right in the thick of it here in the main stand, so you'll get plenty of reaction from the Bulls fans. Kick through, and a grubber kick through under the wind that was picked up by Toa Mata'afa, shipped into Scott Galliano, his winger, Liam Harris to Joe Brown off the other wing, collared by Jordan Lilly amongst others. Ronan Michael in there as well. And then Mata'afa none the worse for his knock on the chin from Wacker Blake. Wacker by name, Wacker by nature. Oh, and then good change of pace by Ate Ngannou, but then decided to force the pass into Jesse D. And Bradford are back in possession, and Ate Ngannou, it's just not coming off for him at the moment. Jaden Akumbo with the carry. 45 appearances in a Canterbury Bulldog shirt in the NRL. Jaden Akumbo, 15 tries was his return. Lawrence Keys moving this ball onto the left side, and Matty G ships it into Conrad Hurrell. He makes about 10 metres off the back of that under pressure, and Bradford are within 25. Yes. A little readjustment of the ball, and Conrad Hurrell's knocked on. Could happen to the best, Miles. Yeah, he looks a threat though. He looks a different player to what he was at Halifax. Yeah, well, he wasn't fit, was he? I mean, if you think of the strapping on his leg, and he was never at any sort of pace. Yeah. No, I'm certain he'll be keen to impress these Bradford fans in his first appearance, and he's doing so far, in fairness. Yeah, there's no sign of the strapping today, and he does look as though he can get up to pace, which he was almost a passenger when he was playing for Halifax. So, Knights ball. Tight game, just what we expected on this postage stamp of a pitch. Kieran Hudson batters the ball up into contact. Knights still in their own half. That Paul McShane back out there? It is. Yeah, it looks like it, yeah. That's an interesting change from Mark Applegarth. very flat pass into Attingano. Jesse D comes onto the ball, gets the Knights over the halfway line. McShane again to Geordie Thompson. Geordie Thompson tries to look for the gap between Eben Skur and Matty J, couldn't find it, and then Harris under pressure. High hanging kick, going to be taken behind his own line again, and once more Liam Harris just doesn't really judge the win. Tom Holmes taps and goes. There's one of the Bradford Bulls fans alongside me lady here. If she prods her finger in that direction, much more arm's going to drop off. Very, very vehement in the direction of the referee. Ronan Michael, good tackle, good contact there from Kieran Hudson. And then a high tackle, I think, against Atahingano, called by the fans on Zach Fulton, indicated by referee, and the Knights have conceded another penalty. And at the moment, Miles, the Knights are their own worst enemy, aren't they? Because they keep coughing up the penalty and piggybacking Bradford forward, which they're going to do again with 3 minutes to the break.
Yeah, we've gifted them 7 tackle sets and penalty after penalty at the minute.
Yeah, Michael Lawrence, who's worked hard in this first half, he's done all the first half out there at prop forward for Bradford. Good fitness by the big man, and then Ronan Michael, the Ballybriggan Express, tries to plough through the Knights' defensive line, can't do so. Lilly. Meadows ships the ball on, ball out wide. Okumbo tries to roll through the tackle, collared by Ollie Field and swung to the ground. 10 in from the near touchline, 5 metres out. They go back to Meadows, little reset back into the workhorse that is Michael Lawrence. Just to the right of the right-hand stick, they go to Eben Skur, tries to keep the ball alive, does keep the ball alive, but Geordie Thompson's got Joe Keys wrapped up on the last. Can the Knights survive again? They look a bit thin on the right side of the defence. Little kick through that's going to be collected off his shins by Liam Harris, and the Knights defuse that one again off the back of that penalty. And then Joe Brown, good impact, Skur and Lilly to stop him just short of the 20. Kieran Buchanan, and again he's not going to get to the 20. Bradford doing a good restricting job here. They still trail 6-4 to the Knights. Jesse D, Wacker Blake manages to get him just outside that 20-metre line. Attingano and Scott Galliano in conversation. They go to Toa Mataafa, pokes his head through the line and drags Michael and Lilly with him. And then the kick from Paul McShane, jabs it down towards Tom Holmes. Tom Holmes just stops it with his left instep and gets Bradford on the front foot again. 25 from their own line as the sky's darkened a bit, the sunshine's gone, the cloud cover's over. And Guy Armitage, the Bradford try scorer, gets Bradford out to the 40. Curl straight into Kieran Hudson and Brendan Santee, who wrestle him to the ground short of halfway. 34 seconds left on the clock if it's running to time. Joe Keys looks for Ronan Michael, and Jesse D hits him with another big tackle as my eye was taken by Attingano, who flew out the defensive line. On the last for Bradford. Kick to come from James Meadows, under pressure from Paul McShane, who might have got something on that. I think Paul McShane got something on that ball, and it could be Bradford ball, Miles. No.
Bloody ball.
Well, Paul McShane went to charge down the kick, got something on it, and that ends the first half. And it's been every bit as tight as we thought it would be. York Valkyrie, they won yesterday 26-0 in their latest Women's Super League encounter against Lee Leopardesses. Couple of changes down there, Kelsey Gentles and Jess Sharp moving on, and Sarah Menea coming in from France, from Catalans in France, but they continue their season in Women's Super League. We're underway. Bradford Bulls back in possession. Matty G just running the ball in on the angle, stopped by Brendan Santee and Geordie Thompson. We'll see how this second half develops as Joe Keys puts the kick down towards the corner, and may well have got the 40-20 there, Joe Keys. Yep, 40-20, and certainly Bradford making the better start. Toa Mataafa. It was a great angle that Joe Keys picked there. And big opportunity once more for Bradford, Miles Harrison.
Yeah, far from the ideal start for us, but...
Here's Keys to Meadows. Meadows drops the ball off. Matty G, the former Halifax player. Brought down adjacent to the left-hand post. They go short side. They go to Eben Skur. Eben Skur tries to reverse his frame over the try line. He's held 3 metres out. John Lilly waits. Ball back to Keys again. Keys, ball flipped on into Zach Fulton. Some lovely hands here from Bradford, but the ball surely went forward. It did indeed. There was a wonderful piece of footwork out there from Jaden Akumbar. The ball was dropping to the deck and he just flicked it up off his right boot into his hands. It was fabulous stuff, but all to no avail, unfortunately. I call that as a 40-20, but I don't think it was it, Miles? What did you say?
Joe Keys kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. It's that small of a pitch, it doesn't seem like it, but yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, no, it was a strange one, but yep. Anyway, the Knights have once more repelled that bit of action, and the Knights try to bring the ball out of defence in the form of Toa Mataafa, and there was a late tackle on Kieran Buchanan there that Liam Harris saw, but referee didn't. Brendan Santi trying to push his way past Jordan Lilly in centre field, and John Lilly gets some troops in to help, including Ronan Michael. Ronan Michael's career started with Longhorns Rugby League in Ireland, and he then joined Huddersfield, and then Swinton, and then on to the Knights. Played for Swinton on loan, and then of course on to Bradford at the end of last season. Knights are within 30. McShane into Ata Ingano, injection of pace. Mataafa, Holyfield tries to go round the wide right-hand defence of Bradford, but they managed to restrict him out there. Touch judge keeping a close eye on things to make sure he's not dragged into touch. Hingano, cross-field kick. Kieran Hudson hunts it. Kieran Hudson catches it, but he's going to be held. The Bradford defence were alert to that, but good work from Kieran Hudson, but just couldn't force over the try line, Miles.
Yeah, I think his old goalkeeper skills have come into play there. No, it was a good kick, but it's not a bad place to turn the ball over.
No.
It's going to be hard for Bradford to come out here.
Yep, they are just 5 metres from their own line of Bradford. Conrad Hurrell gets no change out of Connor Bailey and Kieran Buchanan. It's a good bit of work by Tom Holmes though on the short side. That wasn't, it was Matty G. And then O'Cumbar again. Working hard, the winger. Ronan Michael, that familiar stooped run. Oh, that's a great offload from Eben Skur. Tom Holmes ranges onto the ball. The Knights are going to struggle to stop him. They cut him down 8 metres out. 15 in from the far touchline. Wacker Blake possibly made the wrong decision, went short side, had to come back the other way. Great ball, chance. Great bit of football from Guy Armitage. That's going to count. And Guy Armitage gets his second try of the match, and it was a lovely bit of football because the cross-field kick died on him, but he just promoted it forward off his instep over the try line and dropped on it, and the Bradford Bulls lead. It is 8 points to 6. We have had 5 minutes of the second half. Miles Harrison.
Yeah, some I guess you could say sloppy defence from us. Far too many metres made by their outside backs. You know, we turned the ball over that set 5 metres off their try line, and they've ended up scoring. Yeah, we just let their outside backs make far too many metres. I think it was it Eben Skur who made that break and then offloaded it to Tom Holmes. In a way similar to our try. You know, they made the break down that right hand side and then they ended up on the next play scoring in this left hand corner. But yeah, it was a good bit of skill by Guy Armitage to control the ball with his feet and just dive on it. Yeah, we've got to have a talk there and fix something up and come at him again.
Yeah, Knights defence just not really coping there. They did manage to cut Tom Holmes down after Eben Skur set him free about 35 metres out. But the crossfield kick just drifted over the head of the Knights player. And great presence of mind from Guy Armitage not to try and catch the ball, and just popped it off his instep about 5 metres in front of him. That took it over the try line. And Jordan Lilly has converted. It's 10-6 to Bradford Bulls. And we get the first chorus of Woolly Bully today. And the Knights just need to reconvene a little bit. I just wonder whether Connor Fitzsimmons went off injured or whether it was an interchange. He didn't seem to spend too long in the game, Miles.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure on that one, unless maybe saving him to make an impact in the last 20 minutes. Good tackle.
Well, he's not had a lot of game time. That was a brilliant tackle from Mac Shane on Ronan Michael. Ball's jogged out. Knights have got possession 5 from the Bradford line. Mac Shane to Hingano to Jordy Thompson, tries to break through close to the line, can't do so, brought down under the post. Mac Shane, big chance for the Knights to strike back immediately. Mac Shane tries to reverse over the line and he's held up. And I think he's going to have to play the ball right under the sticks. Liam Harris goes to play the ball and then drops the ball off into Kieran Hudson, but he can't batter his way through. Adjacent to that right hand post, they come right side. Harris to Mataafa ignores Joe Brown outside him, cuts back inside. Penalty, Bradford caught offside in the former Connie Hurrell, I suspect. So Knights back to the 10, but with another chance here. They trail 10-6 at the moment, having led at half-time. Ball's come out of Brendan Santi's possession in the tackle. And Conrad Hurrell ranges forward. Brendan Santi shakes his head as he comes out of there, but it was his error. Lost control of the ball, big chance for the Knights, and another error that stifled any ambition to get back in front in this game. Offload from Wacker Blake, still being driven back by Jesse D. It's pretty tempestuous out there at the moment in the collision. Michael Lawrence, who's worked hard and very, very solidly all day for Bradford. Eben Skur once more with that familiar trademark, just turns his back and pushes in the tackle. Lilly, short side, Tom Holmes, who's looked so good since he came on. As I say, he was out with that serious illness and has recovered. Lilly out to play the ball. Bradford threatening again through James Meadows. On the last tackle, 10 metres out, 15 in from the far touchline. And then Zach Fulton does manage to pick the ball up, puts the little kick in, collected by Scott Galliano. Gets back into the field of play, Galliano. And good work by the Australian winger, Miles.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating. We had a great opportunity down there and coughed up the ball again, but yeah, we've let them get far too many metres, but Scott's done well there to deal with the kick and get us on the front foot going now.
Yeah, Knights back at the wrong end of the field, really. They trail 10-6. You're listening to BBC Radio York, all our frequencies and online on a Sunday afternoon, following the Knights. We knew this was going to be a big task today after the win at Wembley last week. Connor Fitzsimmons back on the field. The Buffalo stopped just short of halfway. Bradford fans thought it was a forward pass at Hingano. Ranges forward again. Good catch by Paul McShane. Puts the kick in. Guy Armitage has to readjust. Try Guy Armitage.
Forward.
Tries the offload. Driven back by Knights tacklers. Connor Bailey and Jack Martin. Jack Martin back out in the action for the Knights. Okumbo. Stopped by McShane. Thompson's impact. Connor Fitzsimmons. As I say, at the moment out there, the collisions are very, very big. Two sets of forwards going absolutely head to head. Joe Keys charged down by McShane. Joe Keys goes to retrieve the ball. McShane gets him by the shorts, has to let go. Keys still going. Throws the pass to Armitage. Armitage trying to get out of his 20 and does. Gets to the 40. Good work by the winger. Matty G into Conrad Hurrell. Drives forward again. Puts his shoulder to the wheel and just about gets Bradford over halfway. Lilly to Keys. Keys to Skur. Skur again. Making too many metres at the moment, this Bradford side. And Jordan Lilly scoots out to play the ball, gets to within 12. The Knights backpedaling. Lawrence into Ronan Michael. Just on the angle, Knights penalised for offside. It's all just too quick at the moment for the Knights defensively, Miles.
Yeah, we're just getting absolutely rolled down the field. There's no sugarcoating it. The Bradford have the wind in the sails here, and they're just making far too many metres every single play. We're not getting markers set, and now we're getting down the field and we're giving the penalties away in the wrong place. If they play the balls fast like that and you're going to give a penalty away, it needs to be at Bradford's end of the field, not underneath the posts.
Yeah. So offside. And the penalty from around about 12 metres out, right in front of the post for Jordan Lilly. And Bradford will go into a 12-6 lead. Unless there's a really bad miscue from a player who's normally pretty adept at knocking that ball between the posts. And Bradford again, we talked about in the first half that they did have the better of the exchanges. They've certainly been the better side since we came back out after the interval, and the Knights just not coping. And Jordan Lilly does convert. Ball flies high onto the balconies of the Hospitality away to our left, and it's 12 points to 6 to Bradford Bulls. Bradford second in the table, 2 points behind Toulouse at the moment. The Knights in fourth. Liam Harris to restart, just looking to see if there's been any more changes made by Mark Applegarth. Liam Harris, restart kick, plenty of length on it, well taken by James Meadows.
Yes.
Spiralling, he's got his foot on the back line. James Meadows has his foot on the back line, called by the touch judge. When the ball was delivered to him, Miles, was it the pass that was delivered into Ronan and Ronan was on the back line?
I think so, yeah. I did think he looked a bit deep there, and I looked straight at the linesman to see if he'd spotted it.
Yeah. So there we go. So Bradford are going to have to drop out from under the sticks. It was James Meadows who caught the ball, awkward spiralling ball, caught it really well, threw it to Ronan Michael, and Ronan Michael's foot when he caught the ball must have been in contact with the dead ball line. Picked up by the touch judge, brought to the attention of referee Scott Michalauskas. And Connor Fitzsimmons getting some attention. That's we're held up at the moment. But another little error in this game that probably just swings things in, for the next couple of minutes in favour of the Knights. Can they profit from it? Lilly, restart kick. Out towards Joe Brown, catches it right on halfway. Jack Martin in the 8 shirt for the Knights. Runs into Ronan Michael. Good, strong tackle. Him and Eben Skur in at the tackle. Geordie Thompson trying to battle up the middle, but Bradford haven't shown a lot of deficiency in that area. And then Atingano adds some pace down the left side, gets into the 20 before he's brought down by the tackler Meadows. Geordie Thompson drop off ball into Connor Fitzsimmons, straight and direct, 12 out, centre field. McShane injects a bit of pace onto Harris. Harris, sleight of hand into Kieran Buchanan. Buchanan can't break through, it's on the last. The Knights in the 5. Toa Mataafa back to Harris. Crossfield kick. Good kick this one. Who's going to get up for it? It's been collected by a Knights player close to the line after Wacker Blake put the ball down.
Who's got it?
Wacker Blake touched the ball, so the Knights recollected it, so they're going to get another set.
Yes.
Knights player Hingano drives over. They've scored. And there you go. And the Bradford Bulls fans are happy, but if they're not happy, they're not watching the game properly. It is minute 56, and it's 12 points to 10. And it was a crossfield kick of Liam Harris. After that pressure from Ronan Michaels' mistake. And Wacker Blake went up in the air. The ball came off his fingers, was recollected by a Knights player. Referee wiped the tackle count clean. And from there, Hingano was able to drive over. So at Hingano on the scoreboard, Liam Harris to try and convert to tie us up again. Good presence of mind by Atingano, good strength, Miles.
Yeah, I think I was looking left there. There was probably 2 defenders. Bradford only had about 2 defenders to cover about 20 metres of the field in that left corner, but obviously after seeing something that I haven't, and yeah, good presence of mind to just dive over, take the easy route.
Change for Bradford, Evan Skur goes off, Emmanuel Wayne comes on, Liam Harris to try and convert. And the ball comes out off the left upright, and it remains 12-10, and that's a bad miss. That's a really bad miss by the skipper. That's a kick he would normally have just popped over very, very easily, Miles.
Yeah, the good thing is we've still got 56 minutes left. Is it 56? No.
24.
We've got that many left to play.
So Jordan Lilly restarts us. Ball drops towards Toa Mataafa. Mataafa to Jack Martin. Jack Martin not really had a head of speed up there. He readjusted because he didn't think he was going to get the ball initially. Oh, a game right in the melting pot. Good work by Geordie Thompson. Gets the Knights to 30 from their own line.
Yes.
And a penalty. And it was Emmanuel Wayne. His first action of coming onto the field has conceded a penalty. The former PNG hunter. And Liam Harris kick means the Knights will get the ball on the Bradford 40. And suddenly the momentum in this game has just swung again, Miles.
Yeah, we've definitely got to make the most of it, though. It doesn't take a lot for the momentum to swing the other way.
Absolutely true today.
Yeah.
McShane to Fitzsimmons. Again, that scuttling little run carries him over the turf and into contact. Connor Bailey just punching up into the left side. Bradford defence gets into the Bradford 20. McShane to Harris. Harris to Hingano to Mataafa. Ollie Field tries to drive through Bradford players close to the line, but they bring him down tight to the left touchline. Mataafa, Hingano, play slows down as they look for Jack Martin. They'll just let him punch the ball up. He gets the offload into McShane. McShane to Harris, tries to keep the ball. They're keeping the ball alive here, the Knights. Fling the ball out wide to Joe Brown. Joe Brown with nowhere to go. Goes to ground in the 10. 8 out on the last. 5 in from the near touchline. Kieran Buchanan at the play the ball. Goes to Harris under pressure. Pokes a little kick through. Yes! It moves Mataafa! And what on earth was Tom Holmes doing? The ball went clean through him. The ball went clean through Tom Holmes, and Toa Mataafa was all alone. All he had to do was pat the ball down. And this dramatic game switches again on the hour mark. And Liam Harris is kicked through. Evaded Bradford defenders. And Toa Mataafa was on hand to touch the ball down.
Yeah, I think Liam's done really well there. Looked like he was shaping for another one of them crossfield kicks that we saw off the last try, but it was good line speed from Bradford, so he just put a little dink through, and then yeah, Tom Holmes has just, I don't know, he just missed it.
He had an air shot
yeah,
at it.
It's gone straight through.
Just didn't seem to react.
No, it was definitely an awkward one, but it was one that should have been dealt with, and yeah, thankfully Toa was switched on and there to score one of the easiest tries he'll probably ever score.
Knights fans, so they're singing now over there at the moment, and the kick to come from Liam Harris, and it's right in front of the sticks is this one. I just think if he got that last kick, Miles, this would have put the Knights 6 points clear.
Yeah, small margins.
Yeah, absolutely. Kick to come, but the try from Toa Mataafa from the grubber kick by the skipper, Liam Harris. Bradford defence just in there, just didn't seem to react, and as I say, I think Tom Holmes was the main culprit, but it's 16 points to 12 in favour of York Knights, all in the balance with 19 minutes to play. Two touch judges camper back to deep in the Knights half as Bradford look to restart. I can't imagine Jordan Lilly would be brave enough to go for the short one here.
No, it's too early on, I think, for that.
It is, yeah. Yeah, puts the ball up high towards Mataafa. Mataafa looks for Jack Martin. Jack Martin is bludgeoned to the ground just outside the Knights 10. Paul McShane, how important is his input going to be in this last 20 minutes or so? The old head, two old heads together as he hooks up with Jordan Thompson to eat up a few more metres out of defence for the Knights. Connor Fitzsimmons tucks the ball in tight, but he was a little bit upright, and Bradford got him and they've pushed him back. McShane, Mataafa. As I say, the presence and stature of a big forward, but the Knights have been restricted well by Bradford here. Oh, Harris runs, he's gone through the line here as Liam Harris on the last, still going, finds Buchanan. Buchanan testing things out down the right side and eventually flung into touch, but what a brilliant bit of work from Liam Harris, and the Knights probably got, 40-50 metres, they'd no right to get there, Miles.
Yeah, no, it's actually not a bad outcome really. If you look where we're turning the ball over on the Bradford 10-metre line in the corner, you'd be happy for a kick to land there. So
Liam Harris got the ball 40 out from his own line. The two Bradford tacklers came towards him expecting the kick, expecting him to put the kick in downfield, and he just ran between the two of them and found some space. Emmanuel Wayne now in possession for Bradford Bulls. Sun's gone, it's got all together chillier, but the action out there is absolutely intriguing as these two teams continue to go blow for blow, head to head. Logan Bayliss back out there, the big Aussie, big rangy Aussie, 6'4" of him. Jordan Lilly to Emmanuel Wade. Oh, Jack Martin batters him to the ground.
So I think Hallis back on, I think.
Zach Fulton eventually wrestled down. 35 from the Knights line. Jordan Lilly to put the kick in, steeples the kick towards the near touch line. Guy Armitage once more tries to play football, but this time the ball just trickles into touch on the near side. Strange sort of approach to the ball by Guy Armitage. You'd have thought he'd have been better running back towards his sticks trying to catch the ball. Doesn't play football, but I suppose it worked for him the first time, Miles.
Yeah, almost looked like Joe Brown and Armitage looked at each other just to say, like, are you going to catch this? As the ball was coming down, and he's ended up just putting a foot on it, yeah.
Just looking at that tackle that Jack Martin just put in on Emmanuel Wayne. Absolutely battered him. Knights in possession, deep in their own half, 25 out from their own line. Paul McShane, Geordie Thompson. Thompson up into contact, Bayliss and Hallis with the tackle, just short of the 40. Jordy Thompson gets up. They go to Jack Martin again, the ever-willing Australian prop forward. Just about gets up to halfway. McShane, Jesse D, who's had a quiet game by Jesse D standards on the last, trying to play the ball, 45 out, centre field. They go to Hingano steeples the kick. Ball comes out of the possession of the players who were challenging for it. Referee Mikolauskas, I think here probably just, yes, gives the hand over, and Bradford ball. So that kick must have been knocked forward, possibly by a Knights player, Miles Harrison.
Yeah, it looks to be so, yeah. I think it was Tower challenging for it.
So Bradford back in possession, and they come forward in the form of Tom Holmes. I have to say, he looks dangerous every time he gets the ball. Conrad Hurrell. But, players hanging on to him as best they can. Connor Bailey. Clever work that by Connor Bailey. Slowed the ball down, Miles, and didn't incur the wrath of the referee.
No.
And they have slowed the ball down a bit, have the Knights,
yeah.
It has to be said. Here's Emmanuel Wayne coming again, rampaging forward. 40 out from the Knights line. The watery sunshine returns. It's 16 points to 12 to the York Knights here at Oddsall at the moment. Tom Holmes takes a tackle from his blind side. Lilly to Keys. Keys lofts one in the direction of Scott Galliano. Wacker Blake's caught the ball. Gonna score. Pick the pockets of Scott Galliano. And Wacker Blake scores for Bradford. We're all tied up. 16 apiece. Great kick by Joe Keys. And with 67 minutes gone, it's Joe Keys' high kick that unlocks the Knights' defence. And it was Wacker Blake that beat Scott Galliano to the ball. And touchdown. And that was simply just a wonderful piece of opportunism, really, Miles.
Yeah, no, it was a well-weighted kick from Keys, and then it was always going to be tough for Scott there. Bit of a standing start, especially when you're going against somebody with a 20-metre run-up. But he's done his best, and he's just come out on the wrong side of that one. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting last 12 minutes.
It is. The Knights are going to go into it with a 2-point deficit because Jordan Lilly is right in front of the post. Wacker Blake picked the ball out in the air to the right of the sticks, but was able, once he caught it, just to range round and dot the ball down under the H. It is still 16 apiece at the moment, but Jordan Lilly has that ball set up. And you're right, Miles, it's going to be a tense over the last 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So Jordan Lilly, and he converts, and it is 18 points to 16 in favour of Bradford Bulls. This championship game, second against fourth. As once more the stock car with the flag on runs round the track and gives everybody in the main stand a taste of some red dust. Restart kick to come from Liam Harris. This game that has swung one way and then the other has once more swung in the direction of the West Yorkshire side. Liam Harris, swirling restart towards Zach Fulton. The Australian takes the ball in well. Nephew, I think, of Bobby Fulton, the Australian great. Balls come out of possession, penalty ripped out. And Jack Martin and somebody's taken exception to Jack Martin preventing Bradford from getting the ball. I think it's his own time he's wasting, it has to be said, but there was a shove by one of the Bradford players, maybe Logan Bayliss. Referee and touch judge get them apart. Water carriers come chasing on. Referee lets them do so. Jack Martin and Tom Holmes are being spoken to. So 18-16. Don't forget, if you want to get in touch, you can text us. Start your message with the word York 81333. Tweet us at BBC York Sport, or on the WhatsApp. Again, you have to use York to open your message, and it's 08000 321 It's a tense game as Jordan Lilly puts the penalty into touch, gets plenty of length on it. Bradford will get the ball on the 40. That clock ticks towards the 10-minute to go mark as Wacker Blake gets over halfway. The former St Helens player. And then Emmanuel Wayne again initially pushes past Geordie Thompson before Mac Shane and Connor Bailey arrest his progress. Plays the ball. Lilly. His generalship will be important to Bradford in this last 10 minutes. Zach Fulton stopped 30 out. Sam Hallis ships the ball onto Joe Keys. Here's Conrad Hull coming back the other way. Jack Martin round his ankles, just outside the 20. Lilly offers the ball. Goes to Hallis again, and the 18 for Bradford. Drives the ball in hard on the last. They go left. They go to Keys. Keys fires the cut-out pass, and it's knocked to the ground by Kieran Buchanan, and I think Bradford are possibly going to get...
No, he was knocked on by a Bradford player first.
Yeah, well, the Bradford fans haven't seen that, because they're all stood up in front of us, howling again. But the Knights have possession in the form of Tawamata Afa. Next week, the Knights go to Widnes in the Championship, and that'll be a tough ask next week again. And change of commentator for you next week. We've got Jack Conlon looking after things for us. Jack Conlon and Mick Ramsden describing the action next Sunday. Jesse D going nowhere. Referee Mikolauskas barking orders. Ata Hingano, can he find something out there? Goes to Tawamata Afa, who got the try that did put the Knights in front for a few minutes at least. Liam Harris swats off Emmanuel Wayne, goes to Ata Hingano, and the touch judge, perhaps encouraged by the Bulls crowd, has awarded a forward pass. Atengano's frustration drilled that ball into the floor. Bradford Bulls 18, York Knights 16, 8 minutes. How's your nerves, Miles Harrison?
Yeah, I'm very nervous.
Bit of push and shove in the scrum. Scrum breaks up. Referee Mikolauskas has his input. Joe Keys finds Meadows finds Hurrell. Hurrell driving hard. Connor Bailey round his ankles, and Kieran Buchanan up top. Holmes, Matty G, good tackle by Jack Martin, throws him to the ground. Lilly to Meadows to Skur. Skur back on, back out there. Combative, feisty Eben Skur. Sam Hallis, you could use exactly the same adjectives to describe Sam Hallis. So he's pulled to the ground, 12 out, centre field. Lilly to Keys. Matty G going back the other way, keeps the ball alive. The dangerous Tom Holmes to Meadows. Fulton finds a gap, throws the ball out the back door. Collected by Wacker Blake, he's dancing. Wacker Blake still dancing. Eventually the tackle comes in from Jesse D, and Wacker Blake just lays prone on the deck as he suddenly realises he's injured. Oh, it's all frantic, frenetic stuff now, Miles.
Yeah, he seemed to dodge about 5 tackles there without moving, but nah, it's a bit chaotic down there now. Obviously, we're chasing the game a bit now, and Bradford are looking for that trial just to seal it.
Yeah, well, if your nerves were shot to bits last week, they'll certainly be no better today. 6:53, the clock stopped at the moment. 18 points to 16. Two sides going at it, hammer and tongs. Last 11 occasions these sides have met. The Knights have won 6, the Bulls have won 5. And of course, that 28-20 win by the Knights in the 1895 Cup semi-final at Bradford, looking to avenge today. Wacker Blake's back up on his feet, although he's certainly limping. And I think he might be going off here. Scored the try that's put Bradford in front, picked that ball out the air from Joe Key's high hanging kick. But Wacker Blake being led to the touchline. Ronan Michael, I think it is, with the ball in his hand. 18 out from the Knights line. To the right of the post. Plays the ball. Here we go. Jordan Lilly kicks to the left side. Joe Brown is off the back rank. Catches the ball in his 10. The Knights have got 90 metres to go here. Kieran Buchanan keeps the ball alive. Atengano alive to it. And then Holyfield. Holyfield gets the Knights out 25 from their own line. Sam Cook back in the action, in place of all Max Shane. Jack Martin well held by Bradford tacklers. Michael Lawrence. Has Michael Lawrence done the full game, Miles?
I think he had a little bit of a break in the second half.
Yeah, it's been a fabulous effort by the veteran Jamaican international. Sam Cook changes his mind, scoots, gets over halfway, gets to 45 from the Bradford line, but it's on the last. Jordy Thompson, Atengano, high kick, end over end, up in the air. And Okumbo's lost the ball, and then it just evades Holyfield. If Holyfield had picked that up, he had a free run in as Okumbo dropped the kick. But it should be Knights' possession. It is Knights' possession. As this game just turns slightly again. Twists and turns of this championship matchup. 15 metres out from the Bradford line. Sam Cook waits, goes to Hingano. Hingano ships the ball on quickly to Harris. Harris tries to dummy his way through the Bradford defence. Can't do so. Brought down 6 out. Midway between the right-hand post, right-hand corner flag. Sam Cook to Kieran Hudson. Hudson drives in, keeps the ball alive, goes back to Cook. Jack Martin just once more sets the position under the post. The Knights trail by 2. We have 4 minutes 40 left on the clock. Sam Cook, Kieran Hudson once more tries to batter through. Once more brought down just short. To the right of the post this time. Can the Knights find the key to unlock the door? Sam Cook tries to go back the other way, changed his mind, I think. And that's the tackle used up, plays the ball. Jordy Thompson, left side of the attack. Hingano, he has to come back the other way to Jordy Thompson again. Just drives in, looks for the offload, can't find the offload. On the last. The Knights, is this the key to the game here? Harris. Tackle knocks the ball down, should be Knights ball again. I think the contact was made by the Bradford player, yeah, knocked down. Referee Mikalauskas, the tackle knocked the ball down out of Harris's possession as he tried to make the pass. More pressure on this Bradford side, another chance for the Knights. Miles Harrison, where do you go with this one?
Yeah, we definitely need to make this set count more than the last one. Too many wasted tackles that last set.
3 minutes 40 on the clock. That's how long the Knights have got to pull this one out of the fire. Harris to Hingano. Hingano to Matafa.
Yes!
That's out wide! Galliano scores! In the corner for the Knights. They strike the lead. It is 20 points to 18, and Scott Galliano scores in the left corner. The Knights simply just promoted the ball along the line. It was Hingano and Mata Afa that supplied the ammunition, and Galliano dived in at the left corner.
Yeah, it was a bold move going for it on the very first play of the scrum. Great execution though, great finish by Scott in the corner.
Second try of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure Liam's going to use his full 60 seconds he has now to take this, and then we've got 2 minutes to survive. I'm sure we'll be looking at a short kick-off coming our way.
Absolutely. Bradford can't do anything else. They can't afford to give possession to the Knights. And I would suggest that whatever happens with the kick here, that the game is going to hinge on that restart and whether the Knights can retain the ball. Miles. Some of the Bradford fans have left down in front of us. So it is Liam Harris to try and convert. This dramatic game. You thought we had drama last week at Wembley, but it's very, very similar. Scott Mikalauskas knocks the clock off at 1:59 to go. Liam Harris, it's in some ways it's matterless whether he knocks it over, Miles.
Yeah.
He did get one in the first half from a similar position.
Yeah. I suppose you could argue that if he does get it, they have to convert.
Yep.
In the slim chance they score.
Absolutely true. Liam Harris still high in the post, to the jeers and catcalls from the Bradford fans. You'll hear some of that leaking into the microphones. He misses, it drifts across the face of the post. Here we go. 1:53 on the clock.
Yeah,
Bradford
they've got both wingers down here.
Have to get possession back here.
Short kick-off coming this side here.
Absolutely. Joe Brown, Geordie Thompson, Kieran Buchanan, all lined up tight to the touchline. Here it goes. It's been caught by Bradford.
Yes,
they keep the ball alive.
Yes.
And Liam Harris has dropped on the ball. The Knights have possession. They need to look after this ball. It was caught by a Bradford player. He offloaded it, but it then had to be offloaded again for fear of going into touch. And the Knights have a full set with 1:30 left. Sam Cook gets up as slowly as he possibly dare. Liam Harris to Geordie Thompson. On halfway, the Knights lead 20 points to 18. Kieran Hudson runs the ball in. Gets up, it was actually Connor Bailey. Here's Geordie Thompson again. Just reverses into the tackle. A minute left on the last. They go to Harris. Oh, the Knights have gone on the power play. There's a chance here for Connor Bailey if he can get in. Connor Bailey still going.
Yes.
Connor Bailey held up, I think. What's the referee giving here? He's given a drop out from under the post.
How's he got
He's
that
given a drop out from under the post, so John Lilly has to go for the short one again.
Not sure
Unreal.
Let go.
Go straight into touch. The ball went straight into touch. And I think that's the game. 23 seconds left. It should be a penalty to the Knights in front of the sticks, or is it just possession? Miles, you tell me. It is possession for the Knights. Right in front of the post. They lead 20 points to 18. This game, as more Bradford Bulls fans leave the stadium, and Liam Harris going to play this ball. 6 seconds left. The Knights are going to come up with the win in such dramatic fashion. Ball driven in by Sam Cook. Liam Harris directing operations. 2 seconds on the clock. Harris back to Thompson. Thompson just needs to take the tackle. The Knights have done it. They have won 20 points to 18 here at Bradford in a game that swung one way, then swung back the other way, and just continued to do so all afternoon. Completely in the balance, this game. But somehow the Knights have got it across the line with that try Just 4 minutes from the end of the game by Scott Galliano.